Hi guys, and welcome to video 3, which is a really practical strategy that you can start implementing today. And that is building your own morning success formula. So you've probably heard the sayings, win the morning, win the day. And you know that most of the highly successful people, whether that's business people like Tim Cook, Steve Jobs, whether that's politicians, Barack Obama comes to mind, sort of, shall we say, celebrities or famous people, someone like Oprah Winfrey, who's helped and created a super successful business as well as being a celebrated talk show host, or sports people like Tiger Woods and LeBron James come to mind. They all swear by their morning success formula. And this is the process that enables them to get energized and focused so that they can go on and produce the results day after day after day. Now, a lot of us are put off by morning success formulas because the promotion of it is something that should be a really complex and drawn out thing, driven by people like Robin Sharma, for example, that started the 5 a.m. club, get up at 5 o'clock every morning for an hour of self-focus, that's of meditation, of exercise and focus. And we know people like Tim Cook of Apple gets up at 4 o'clock every morning. Now, myself included, who wants to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Unless you have to for your work, but for yourself, for self-improvement. And it needs to be something that excites you. And getting up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for an hour is not going to motivate me to get out of bed. So, as with everything, with all of our strategies, we need to simplify the process and make it something that we can do day after day to automate that habit and make sure that it's something that gives us this positive feedback, enables us to feel good and want to keep doing it. Now, the whole point of a morning routine is to stimulate and activate you. So that's mentally, if you're into spiritually, physically, and help you to get focused so that you know exactly what you're doing and where to direct the most amount of your energy so that you can produce results. Now, for me, I'll give you a perfect, simple example of mine. Mine lasts about 10 minutes, and I have an anchor and a trigger that says to me, it's time to start my morning routine. Now, I always wake up at 6:30 in the morning, I have a drink, I brush my teeth and wash my face. That's it's automated in my life. I get up, fall out of bed, still in a bit of a haze, and I go and get that done. I then always go and get a coffee. And my trigger is once I have that coffee, I take it outside and I put it down on my table. And once that coffee is down on my table, it says to me, right, time to start my breathing exercise. Now, I use breathing as a way of meditating, and I do it for 1 or 2 minutes. Just taking deep breaths, calming the mind, and getting myself at base zero. I'll then move on to my MAP, so my metabolic activation program, to get myself stimulated, clear that brain fog, get my mental alertness, get my heart rate going, wake up my body to feel good. And again, my MAP lasts about 2 or 3 minutes. I then stick on some of my favorite music, which also helps to amp me up, boost my dopamine, get me feeling really good. And I just go through my schedule for the day. I identify those key tasks that I need to do so that I know what I need to do to make sure that I'm moving forward towards my goal for that day and towards the goal for my greater purpose. Lasts about 10 minutes. Everybody has 10 minutes, and it's something that will just kickstart you and get you moving in that right direction. Now, there's a few other things that you may want to throw in there if you are spiritually minded, maybe a period of prayer. Maybe you like to journal, get your thoughts down. Some people use journaling. For me, I find it doesn't work, but for some people, that is a perfect thing that they love to do. Other people also like to put in there their period of growth. So listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, and maybe you might substitute that in iTunes to listen to music, but you need to build your own success formula. But the key here, guys, as I say, keep it simple and don't make it too long. unless you have the time and the feedback that you get from it is that you enjoy it and you want it to continue. Some people may also put in their morning exercise routine. If you go to the gym in the morning, I choose to go in the afternoon as it fits better with my schedule. But if you're a morning workout person and you want to take your map and turn that into your morning workout, then by all means go for it. But what you need to do is you need to find what works for you. Keep it simple and get it automated. So have that trigger. So I say for me, it's putting down that coffee and away I go. And now I do it, I don't even think. Okay, I don't even have to think about implementing my 10-minute activation, my morning activation program. So hope that helps, guys. Find what works for you and start to implement it on a daily basis so that you have that energy and that focus to keep you on track to your greater purpose towards your why.